it? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What program are you using? Are you using Vox? Are you using Are you using a program called Voxel by any chance?
Nope. Nope. I am using a VST that I run using. Oh, and hello, Perplev. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
But I am using a custom VST, and it runs in Clownfish, which I need to tune my voice down. Otherwise, it would be too high.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, when one part breaks, I get either too high or too low. It's
Okay,
fun.
that makes sense. I mean, it's not like mine where it's just like, okay, so I have to open this up first, then open up Streamlabs. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just gonna say that doing that is just such a pain in the ass.
Well, I used a couple of things. I tried. Which was the first one? Ooh, I forget the name of it. Tried the big three. Clownfish first because it was free.
Yeah, I tried Clownfish.
But basic Clownfish wasn't doing what I wanted. I mean, it could distort my voice a little, but just basically changing the pitch up or down, and that wasn't very fun.
I don't know. I mean, on my laptop, Clownfish wasn't really working for me, so I just decided not to use it altogether.
Oddly, my new PC doesn't like it either. I don't know why. I tried to move my audio to the new PC, and it would not work.
Yeah, I tried well, actually no, I haven't tried it on my on my PC just yet. Only because I went with what I know works. And I'm actually glad and I'm actually glad that I did, because now I figured out why I wasn't registering on Discord for all that long for that long while, and it was because of my laptop.
Well, I then looked at Voice Mod and Morphfox. And I was using Morphfox for a while, but people complained about the audio quality.
Yeah, Morphox wasn't. I mean, I also tried Morphox too, but it wasn't really. When it comes to quality, it wasn't really the best.
Yeah, the VST I found, it's pretty good, but it has a few issues. Namely, that I end up too high pitched. It's not actually adjusting the pitch at all, but in the process of doing what it does to distort my voice, it ends up changing the pitch. So I then have to tune it back down.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
I wish I wouldn't have to do that someday. But I'm mostly worried about people I know happening to recognize me. I don't really want that.
Fair enough. I mean, I mean, the only thing I would mainly be worried about, well, I guess when it comes to my case, just like face reveal and everything, because I'm basically using my own voice, so no, so depending on who's watching, they'll recognize me like right then and there, but also at the same time, I have the female model because, well, it's in my backstory and everything. So
in my case, it's a little more practical. I gave the story on Twitter once. It was quite a few posts to get the whole story out. But the gist of it is that I live in my grandmother's old house, and my parents own it, so they get to dictate certain things. One of those is that they don't want me to get swatted or anything like that, so they insisted I change my voice so I don't sound like me. So I did.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if it breaks, well, I guess it's fortunate really. If it breaks one way or the other way, I still get distorted, and I have to reset it. I have to kill a clownfish and then bring it back, and then it usually works. So, I mean,
Yeah, I feel that.
either way, I'm sort of protected, but a lot of people think that when the one side breaks, that, that's my real voice, but it's not. It's a little hard to
Well, yeah,
explain.
just like, I gotcha.
It is what I'd sound like if my voice was pitched down several times. But I don't think that sounds like me either, so I'm safe.
Yes, you're definitely safe.
Yeah. My parents, though, are terrified that some neighbor of ours, who they swear some of them were at the insurrection back in January, so they would rather they not identify me ever. We have some really crazy neighbors.
I'm pretty sure. No, actually, I actually don't know this, but all I know is, well, I guess I can say my neighbors are pretty crazy, especially the ones upstairs who blast their music over my head. It's either upstairs or next door, but yeah, either way, they're also kind of crazy.
Well, I don't have any quite that close. Well, I mean, technically there's only like 10 feet between me and the next house over, so it's not very far, but I have a little more space than someone being upstairs.
Oh,
well,
mine is the complete opposite.
Well, I guess it's not entirely true. I do have a roommate, sort of, when they're here. They're the only ones that are actually paying my parents anything, so.
Right.
And no, Purplev, my birthday is the 6th of June. Sunday, big day.
In 3 days. Oh, in 3 days.
Yep.
Are you gonna be streaming for it?
Oh yes. I will reveal now since we're waiting on Red still. Just to let everyone know, I'm going to have a new outfit reveal. That's first. That will start at 2. And a little bit after that, I'm gonna have my first collab ever. Well, besides this, which I guess counts as a collab.
Yes, technically it does count.
Yeah. But me and Saki Kitsune are going to play Raft. It should be fun. She's never played.
No.
I've never played. We're just
my
going
God,
in.
Raft.
Yep. I've seen it played though. I have an idea.
I have too, and all I'm gonna say is, if one of you's not doing what they're supposed to, then it could go very badly.
I'm assuming things will happen, but me and the snack lord will succeed. I'm sure of this. I'm sure.
Don't worry, I have the utmost faith in you, in you guys. You guys can do it. So
yeah, I'm gonna start out doing my part. Oh, but I have a lore video too. I made a lore video.
I did not make one. I did not make one of those yet. I'm still trying to figure out how.
I made it sort of animated, but I used a program that just animates the various bits on it for each slide, and it all goes together and you time it, deciding how long each part takes. And I kind of like the result. I did a voiceover to it, and I added some background music, so hopefully it sounds good.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna sound good. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good.
Well, I have been trying to get rid of the fan noise when I speak. That has not succeeded so far.
The fan noise?
Maybe you can't hear it right now. I'll have to check when, well, after this ends, whenever that happens to be.
Because I don't like Well, I'm not really hearing anything now. The only thing I'm hearing is basically you.
Wow. Okay. Well, the other day I was having a lot of fan noise from the fan above me. It kept making my voice sound hummy. So I went and I turned on the noise, whatever it's called, filter. Noise reduction filter. That's it.
Yeah.
And then all my audio sounded really weird, and I might have to redo the video I made today. Because it sounds really bad.
Oof.
But, yeah. I haven't turned off the fan though, so I guess it's just being good right now. You never know. I have adjusted the angle on the mic, so maybe that helped. It's hard to say. For next week though, I have finally convinced my landlord parents that I must have AC again in this room.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Oh yes. Usually they've only let me have like a fan, but I ordered a fairly expensive AC unit. That was supposed to be really super low noise, and hopefully that comes in a while. In the meantime, I'm going to see about using an old AC unit.
Right. But yeah, like having an AC, especially when with summer approaching, it's going to be very helpful.
Oh yes, it's already been super hot here, and when I close the door so you don't hear anything from the rest of the house, it gets really hot in here. It's already hot enough in here that I am sweating profusely. And this outfit is definitely way too hot for that. But yeah, it's a thing. It's very much a thing. Hopefully the AC will be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad it's not as hot over here yet, because let's face it, I can't take the heat.
Oh, I am horrible with heat. Not many people know this, but for my last job, last summer, the first really hot day of the summer, they ended up sending me where I used to work to another facility, and they had me driving around in this really hot summer with AC where I have to keep getting out of the vehicle. So I'm cold, then hot, then cold again. I ended up almost with heat stroke. It got so bad, I got back to the office after doing the basic run that they wanted me to do. And they told me I had to go back out. And I told them, I'm going home. So deal with that. Because I'm going to pass out.
I would have said the same thing.
Yep. Well, so they fired me. Because the supervisor on duty, the only one in the office at the time, because it was on the weekend, was not too pleased with me telling him that he'd have to figure out how to handle the rest of the shift on his own. So, medically required or not, I actually had to have my parents drive me home. I wasn't even capable of driving at that point. I was ready to pass out. So, yeah. But it was my word against his, except, well, for my parents, but they wouldn't really trust what my parents were going to say about that, so they weren't really able to do anything there. But it was my word against his, and he was a supervisor, so they let me go. But there's a union where I used to work, and after, 4.5, 5 months, the union got my job back. And in the time I'd been gone, the office where I had been working, the boss had changed, and the new boss didn't like me. So, he made it so that my third day back, he had me work in a way that required me to hurt my back, which was already hurt several years ago. So, I ended up not being able to finish the day out because my back got too bad, and I was not even capable of walking.
I'm sorry, but isn't that against the law? To actually do something like that. Also, thank you for the hydrate. That's all.
It should be. It should be. But, well, I mean, the problem is that my back, when it got injured originally, was technically at work, but work never put it through as workers' comp. And I never went to the doctor under workers' comp because no one ever explained how to get that process started. And that I had to insist that it was workers' comp it should be under. And I would have had to prove it when it happened. But I didn't do any of that because I didn't know any of how to make that happen. So they claim that it was not a injury on the job, and therefore they don't have to make any excuses for it. So
that's just nuts.
Yeah. Well, so I get well, I had to go to the emergency room because my back was so bad I couldn't even stand or walk without assistance because it had seized up. So I went to the emergency room and they gave me some nice drugs that made the pain mostly go away. And then I got seen by my chiropractor, who's the one that's been helping with my back. And he gave me a note that was basically, you need like a month to get your back to work again. Otherwise, you're probably just going to re-damage it and you'll be back here. So, I gave them the note and they complained. And I told them this time it was definitely workers' comp. Because everyone from the emergency room on said it should be workers' comp. But I then went through 3 months of hell where they told me at workers' comp that it was not workers' comp, no matter what. I gave them all this proof.
That makes no sense.
Yep. To their definition, it was not workers' comp. I submitted, 50 pages worth of stuff that, if he had just let me do a few minor things to not hurt my back, I would have been fine. And I wouldn't have had to miss work. But in the meantime, he had decided that he didn't want me to come back. So he just never called me to tell me that I was supposed to come back in the middle of December last year.
Jeez, people, I swear, these people.
So yeah, he just never calls me. So it gets around to the very 1st of January. Well, I think it was technically the 2nd, because they didn't work on the 1st. So on the 2nd, I get a notice in the mail saying that I've been missing work for 2 weeks. And they don't know why. And I'm like, what? You've never called me back. So I call him up and I go, hey, what is this? Because you've never called me. And he's like, oh, I did. And I'm like, no. I have an answering machine on the home phone because I share that with the roomie, but there's no message there. And my cell phone has no messages. Not even a call from you. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I swear, people just love to come up with the most stupidest excuses, especially when you can tell they're lying.
Oh yeah, so lying. But yeah, he pushed that, and he kept pushing that line with corporate, and corporate's like, well, he's your supervisor, so yeah, we're taking his word. So, technically, I am still employed by them, but the union is fighting over my job and whether I have it or not. And it probably will be fighting for, months yet. Or years, even.
Gee, that's nuts.
Yeah. It's crazy. But that's actually why I'm technically unemployed. Well, I mean, I am employed, and I still actually get health insurance. For the time being. But otherwise, I would be unemployed completely with no health insurance. But I don't actually work except for the VTubing and video content creation part.
Right. Basically the only thing I do that's that could ever be counted as work is just I just do deliveries from restaurant to restaurant.
Well, my town is much too small for that. there's maybe like 5,000 people that live in our area. So
yeah, no, I live in the city, so I'm just there's like plenty of restaurants to actually deliver from.
Yeah.
And it's yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing they're all in walking distance.
I kind of prefer that I lived in the city, and we sort of live in what could be called the suburbs of the city. Technically, we're half an hour away from the big city nearby, but so many people, like 70% plus of the town, works in that city. So,
oh wow,
we're really just a suburb. It's just a little farther out than usual. Because there's no work here. There used to be factories and stuff, and that all went away. It's been like a decade since that was all gone. So, this is a very small town.
Fair.
But my back hasn't really improved any, so I have to be careful with what jobs I get. I can't just take any old job, because then my back would be killing me. So I can't like do deliveries or factory work where I have to be on my feet all day. That's all out the window.
I completely get it. I mean, if my leg was worse than it was like all those years ago, then I probably wouldn't have been able to work myself because, well, I wouldn't be able to do anything since I actually need my legs to do stuff.
Well, yeah, you kind of need legs to do stuff. That's true.
I'm just glad that my legs aren't like as messed. Well, my leg isn't as messed up as it could have been because it was like it was in pretty bad shape.
Well, my problem with my back is sort of the same thing as like carpal tunnel, except it's in my back. It's where my spine meets my pelvis, so they can't, like operate on that sort of thing. But it's a repeated stress injury, built up. Well, it was probably caused by the accident I was in, but that was probably just the icing on the cake. I was probably already stressing it for years, and that just, made it active. But I can do like, white collar jobs, as they call them.
Right.
I'm fine with sitting down all day. After all, I do that pretty much every day right now anyways. But, there aren't many of those here. And most want, like, a college degree in something that I do not have. They're like, well, you have a college degree, but it's in these, computer things. Do you have, like, a degree in chemistry for us? Or, particle physics?
Yeah, that's something that... No, just no.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably fake that. I do write sci-fi on the side. And I have for years. So I could probably fake being a particle physicist, but, not really what you want.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it would be... I would love to have, heck, I'd like to get back into the computer industry again. Once upon a time, I was actually a network admin.
Ooh.
In fact, it was for a charter school, so I was pretty much the director of technology, but they didn't call me that. I did all the work of it, they just didn't call me that.
Right.
Because, if they call you a director of technology, they would actually have to pay you as if you were a director of technology.
Fair enough.
And they didn't pay me really at all, so... That's the thing. That was a while back. That was actually my first job out of college. I managed to land that because I'd worked there as a intern. So, I got that right out of college. And then my career ended. After after that, I found it so hard to actually get another computer job because I was already, a network admin. So everyone didn't want to hire me for like an entry-level job again.
Right.
And they thought I'd want too much money. And I'm like, no, I just need another job in computers, thanks. But no, that's not how that went. I was pretty much locked out at that point, which is crazy, because that's what I have my degree in, and I'd only been there like 3 years. So after 3 years, I can't work in my field anymore.
Yeah. Let me see. Well, actually, no. The first job that I had, the first job that I had was actually was like during college, like while I was actually taking my college classes and stuff. I was working as a musician for my school's band and everything, and during like college basketball games and stuff like that, we would actually perform and stuff. So I was doing that for about, I think, part-time for about maybe 5-6 years. I think
that's a long time.
It actually could be more, but because of because of two things. One, the school rebranded, so they didn't necessarily need the band anymore, and two, because of everything that went on in 2020.
Well, yeah, that's always fun. 2020 was a fun year, sure.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's the biggest overstatement of the century.
Yeah, well, I actually went like a while between jobs just because of the whole not being able to get another job in my field, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'd only worked 3 years in the whole time anyways. But,
right.
I look around and I spend like a year looking and don't find anything. So I eventually get an ultimatum from my parents, who I ended up living with again, here at my grandmother's place at least. And, I'm told by them, well, you used to pay us, but now you don't pay us. So if you can't pay us soon, we're gonna kick you out. And you need to immediately go look for any old job. Any old job, we don't care. You just need to pay us something. Something. So I went looking, and I did end up getting my job that was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I was fired from that job 3 times over the time I was there, which was actually 5 years. Yep, 5 years.
Wow.
It was so hard because I was considered part-time there, but I was on call 24/7. So it was crazy. I kept having to leave at like the drop of a hat. And it was decent money, but it was so hard to look for a new job when, you're getting called away at random times.
Yeah.
Yes, I have an interview today, but I just got called by the place I currently work and I can't come. Can I reschedule? No? Oh, thanks. Yes.
Yeah, that definitely sucks.
And Mike in chat, no, I am not good at coding. I am not good at coding. I can do basic coding, but nothing more complex. It gives me headaches. It's actually why I don't have a pure computer science degree. I technically have a business degree in business information systems.
Mm-hmm.
And the hardware and networking side is the side I actually worked in. And the one I'm actually probably the best at, as far as that goes.
Right.
And it's almost been an hour. I somehow think Red has fallen off the face of the earth.
But I have this innate feeling that he might be passed out.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I think he does work before, usually when we stream. He may have forgotten because I know I forgot to remind him earlier. And usually we have, if he has not remembered himself.
Right, right.
So it's possible he just, laid down and passed right out.
I mean, I've done it. I've done it a lot. I won't even mince words. I have done it quite a lot. I haven't missed like a D&D session. This one at least. But yeah, I've missed streams because I've passed out to the point where I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this today.
Well, I would usually make a point of telling anyone, before I completely pass out, I usually realize that, I am fading. This is not happening. And I'll at least post up, a tweet and go, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, no, okay, so, it's, all right, here's the thing, though, but I always feel like I'm okay before the stream, but it's always maybe an hour or an hour before the stream, I just completely conk out. I see. Oh my God! I just missed my stream time. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm putting up a tweet tomorrow, and then I just go back to sleep.
Yep, I mean that is completely acceptable. For the most part,
but yeah, it's kind of what happened. It's kind of what happened with on Tuesday. I had my food and everything, and I'm getting ready to stream, and then all of a sudden, I feel like a Snorlax and just completely passed out. I wake up to see what time it is. I'm like, oh God, I'm supposed to be streaming right now, and I am very late. Okay, yeah, this is not happening. Goes back to sleep, waits to the next day, writes out a tweet, and then yeah, which is the reason why I streamed yesterday, because I was just not having that.
Oh yeah, I had, when was that? I think maybe 3 weeks ago. I had this day. It gets to be 3 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm just not feeling good today. I didn't really get any sleep because of the heat, and the fact that I don't have an AC, and it's 100 degrees in my room.
Right.
I'm just, taking the night off. Have fun, people.
Yeah, if I'm not feeling well, I'll let people know. I will let you know. I will let them know and just be like, okay, so I'm not really feeling all that well to stream tonight. So tonight's stream is canceled. Blah blah blah. I'll see. I will see you guys either for a makeup day, or I will see you guys or the next day for streaming, and then just completely just take the rest of the day off and just recuperate.
Yeah, usually I try to take 2 days off a week. This week's kind of an exception because this stream here, even though it's really late at night compared to my usual, it does mean I'm actually working today. Otherwise, today would be a day off, and so would tomorrow as I prep for Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Mostly Sunday, because tomorrow is a nice, peaceful, in air quotes, because I'm playing Subnautica Below Zero. So, it's stressful, but not stressful.
Yeah.
Nice relaxing, going around in the water, and collecting stuff. And as long as we don't find the big terrifying sea creatures, we're all good. So.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's an easy stream. And then, of course, Sunday is when I'm starting early. And all the fun stuff is going to happen.
I know. Let's see. I think. Let's see. I know I'm streaming tomorrow, and I'm not really sure what's gonna happen tomorrow. I'm basically checking the poll that I made on stream. Well, on Twitter, like finding out like, okay, let's see what the people have chosen. And then whatever comes up for tomorrow, yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I've actually, well, if you look at my schedule had basically 3 games this week before the collab on Sunday, which I hadn't said what it was going to be until just earlier. So,
right,
world exclusive here. But actually, I'm waiting for Soggy to give me a PNG because I'm gonna make a cool little image up for it as an advertisement.
Nice.
Nice. But I'm waiting on that to do that, so I haven't even posted on like Twitter yet for it. But it should be a fun time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But oh wow, finally days off. Well, except for this, of course. But right now, the whole chatting thing is not very hard. Compared to the DMing I was expected to be doing and challenging you guys, I was expecting us to get into some combat tonight.
I'm not gonna lie. Well, I was kind of expecting at least either me or Red to die.
I wouldn't go that far.
I know. I kid.
And take care, Perplev. Thanks for stopping by for our sort of Dungeons and Dragons chatting session. This has been a weird stream. But yeah, as far as it goes, I was expecting to throw at least some sort of challenge at you guys, and I don't know. I still need a few sessions of combat with you guys to know where the combat curve is for you. You had a pretty easy time with the other ones. I kind of actually wanted to see you guys decide to attack the big bad, or at least the early big bad that was there, just so I could see how durable you might be. I was also terrified because that would end this really quick if you didn't do well.
And then we just completely bypassed it.
Yes. I was really wondering which way it was going to go. It was going to be a thing, definitely. But you skipped that, which is probably on the good side, really. It would have been quite the fight. Because if they'd been attacked where you probably would have attacked them if Red got his way, like probably half a dozen other enemies would have joined in, so it would have been you two against like 9.
Oh my god.
No, wait. There were the goblins still on the wargs, so 13?
Oh my god.
Yeah, which is why I was kind of hoping that Red would not push it right then, and you'd either have attacked a little bit earlier or a little bit later to avoid some of the extras.
All I'm gonna say is that now I'm kind of glad we avoided all 13 of them.
Yeah, I mean, you did eventually kill the warg. Well, I think it was the elves that killed the wargs and the goblin riders that they had. Though Red did soften the one up. He did that. But yeah, it would have been quite the furball. The elves up above were still trapped up above because of the like half cover situation until you guys attacked
Yeah.
and got the other orcs, hobgoblins out of cover. Once they were out of cover, they went down pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
But if you hadn't rescued the elves, that fight would have been a very hard one. It would have been very hard. Though, you can face him again if you want. He happens to be at a camp elsewhere. So if you happen to ever arrive at that camp, you can have a revenge match. Well, you might not want to. There's a couple hundred orcs there. I mean, hobgoblins there. I keep calling them orcs. Why am I calling them orcs? They're hobgoblins. But yeah, there's a couple hundred hobgoblins there. So, make it quiet if you go in there.
Tempting, very tempting, but ultimately, I'm all I am is a healer for the time being.
Well, a few more fights. Get some XP. You might level up.
I mean, basically, my whole philosophy on this is, good luck, don't die. I'll heal you if needed, but until then, good luck, don't die.
Well, I mean, I certainly know how that goes. You have not seen me playing Celeste. I need to play it on stream sometime. That game. Ooh, wow. My teams. There are some really hard fights in that game. Like, you're level 5, and they're, like, throwing, like, legendary resistances at you.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm not even having you guys, as your final encounter, fight something with technical legendary resistances, unless I think I need to throw that in. So, you will not have to expect that, at least. It could happen, though. You never know. If I find I need to tune them up a little, then some things will probably be getting some legendary abilities.
I will be substantially prepared for it. That is all I can say as a healer. I will be substantially prepared for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see stuff I've prepared, but I actually have, like, pre-generated encounters. Yeah. So, there's, like, forest encounters I have set up and ready for you guys. Which have a, let's just put it as an increasing difficulty level. So, you could get, like, an easy fight or a hard fight. And I'm gonna have you guys roll dice to see what your chances are of encountering each. I saw this done in another campaign. And basically, you two will roll a 6-sided die, I believe. Yes.
Right.
And 1 to 3 is a good result. No. Yeah, 1 to 3. And 4 to 6 is a bad result. And the more bad results, the worse the encounter. The more good results, the chance that you won't have any encounter. So, it should be entertaining. So there are definitely some that I think are harder than others. Some are kind of throwaways, really. I mean, they look impressive, but I think they're going to be kind of easy for you guys. You just never know, though. And then worse are, like, the Wandering Warbands, which I already have planned out, too. And I think they're a little bit on the harder side, because there's a lot of them. I mean, the typical warband is going to have, like, 6 to 7 enemies in it.
Right.
And most are, like, at least one CR5 and, like, CR3s. Which I think should be a challenge for you guys. I mean, so far you've mostly fought like CR 1/2 or CR 1. The big enemy was CR 7, which means he's designed to be fought by like a full 7th level party with 4 people in it. Which is why I thought you guys were gonna have a bit of a challenge with him.
I mean, that's fair enough.
Yeah. And I should probably mention this while I'm thinking of it. I do have at least 1 and possibly 2 people that are interested in getting a guest spot.
Ooh.
So, I might bring them on for, a day or 2. Depending on how long things take.
Mm-hmm.
And, it should be interesting. They're gonna be mercenaries, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll encounter these other mercenaries, and you'll have to convince them to help you, of course.
Right.
And I'm thinking if things work out, I might have them come back for the final episode. So when the big bad fight at the end happens, everyone will pile in. I might actually have to use a bigger boss than I was anticipating if that happens. But we'll see. I think it'll be interesting to watch, though.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I won't give you any more hints about what you might face, though. I should.
Oh, no more hints. I want to be surprised.
Yes. And of course, once I see you guys fight a few times as you journey around, I'll get sort of tuned in a little to know, what you guys are capable of. And I'll adjust all the encounters based on that. So I might make some harder, some a little easier, depending on how, hard or difficult they might be. So it should be fun. But, yeah. I think we might want to call it here. Because, I don't think Red's coming.
It definitely it definitely looks like Red is, like, missing in action.
Yep. It does seem that way. So, yeah. I guess, since my audience is listening, feel free to throw in a shout out if you feel like it, and we'll close things out.
Follow me on Twitch at Nashi Kitsune. I will probably be streaming something. I will most likely be streaming something new tomorrow. Depending on what gets chosen in my Twitter poll. I'm usually on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. During the week and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, have a good night.
Yep, you too.
I'm gonna exit out of Discord here. So, have fun and take care. Until next time.
Yep, until next time.
Alright, chat. So, I guess I will go to sleep as usual tonight. I don't think I'm gonna play anything else since I was not planning for this. I expected everyone to show up and we were gonna have a few hours here still. I'll take the extra time off, though. I will take the extra time off. And since we have some people here, it won't be D&D, but I will find someone for us to raid. Someone. I'm not sure who. Let's see. I think. Oh, wow. Gee, my choices. I'm not used to this hour. let me throw a raid in here. I'm gonna have us raid Alley Hope. So, good night. Take care. See you later. Oh, and remember, Sunday's a big day. It's gonna be fun. It should be lots of fun. So I hope to see you there. So take care, have fun, and I will see you later. Bye!